Hi there, Aquarius. Thanks so much for joining me today. It's good to see you guys again. This is your mid-February reading that will cover the energies of sort of the middle portion of the month as well as into the latter portion of the month. Right. Energy is fluid, so there's no sort of cutoff date or anything like that. Yes, Aquarius. Now, as I was meditating on your side before I turned on the camera, I got the sense of definitely you're in a different place. You're in a different place mentally. You're in a different place, possibly even physically. I'm sensing there's a change of some sort that has taken place. A shakeup, shall we say, right? One that grants you a greater sense of freedom, one that grants you a greater sense of autonomy, of independence, right? Of seeing the world through your own eyes, seeing the world from your own lens. And when I think of this, right, I think of the Fool. The Fool card in the Major Arcana, which is the very first step, right, that's taken along this journey, one that is enchanting, one that is open-minded, right? Sort of no expectations. And out popped the Eight of Wands, speaking to absolutely a shakeup of some sort, right? To the status quo, to the way that we've done things, to the routine, right? There is change and motion coming forward within that previously sort of routine-like structure and way of doing things. So this absolutely can speak to the change and the shake-up and the transformation of you in regards to your environment. In some shape or form, there's a change of atmosphere I'm sensing. And one that has been a long time coming. I know this theme is one that we visited as well in your general February reading and the new moon reading of January 27th. So you might want to check that out to get a sense for sort of how these energies originated and how they're manifesting through time now. And originated in terms of the new moon cycle, right? The moon cycle speaking to sort of the birth of a new experience, the birth of a new existence, and the vision, right, that we set forth in terms of what we want to manifest in this new cycle and journey, being represented by the new moon period, okay? So it might be worth checking out for you. Here we go. Yeah, there's a lot coming out. Wow. Okay, Aquarius. By the way, you also had the Two of Swords pop out in reverse. Okay. I'm sensing this transformation and change is almost dislodging parts of you, stagnancy that has been sitting for a while, that has been stowed away for a while. There's now movement, there's air, there's fresh air. I'm feeling outdoors, I'm feeling motion, I'm feeling even exercise, right? Just opening your eyes and embracing, right, the sort of newness of adventure that awaits you on this new journey ahead. Rediscovering yourself, your independence. Okay, so And absolutely, there is a major transformation taking place. You have the Death card upright, paired with the Two of Cups. We'll get to that, but it definitely is in line with this this stepping into more of an independent air, right? The Two of Cups generally speaks to the sort of excitement, the allure, almost the distraction of the prospect, right? Of achieving emotional satisfaction with another person. So in a way, it's somewhat of a dependent energy, right? An emotionally dependent energy, subconsciously or consciously. Paired with the Death card, though, this is like putting an end to that sort of relying on someone or something else or an exterior situation outside of ourselves to bring us that emotional stability and satisfaction. Okay? Okay. You also have the Three of Pentacles as well as the Seven of Swords that pops out. Seven of Swords speaking to the inhibition of our full truth, of even not entirely making a complete decision in terms of how we want to maybe regain our balance within the actual environment that we're in a tangible way, right? In a practical way. So it seems energetically you're ready to let go of this situation that did not allow you to grow, right? That inhibited your sense of independence and self-sufficiency in terms of your emotional satisfaction. You're ready for that. You perhaps are in the process of officially sort of letting that go and allowing the transformation to take place, right? Allowing what doesn't serve us to die off, as symbolized by the Death card, perhaps. And the new formation, right, of what we do want to build, where we do want to exist, right, where we do want to live. So you could be finding perhaps a new home, or perhaps there's sort of a junction period, right, where you are preparing for the setting down of this situation and the transition into this one, but you're still ruminating, still considering your different options, right? You maybe haven't even spoken about this official change quite yet, okay? But let's get to the cards. I mean, you do also have the Two of Swords in reverse, speaking to a decision, clarity that's not yet fully manifested and had. Okay, so there's a contemplative energy to this phase for you, it seems. Okay. 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 Interesting. Interesting. You have. Oh, this is fascinating. Take a look at the Capricorn reading that was done for mid-February. Okay, I posted that one last night, and because you have quite a number of overlapping cards. Okay, you have the Father of Cups in reverse, same as Capricorn. You have the Wheel of Fortune, same as Capricorn, both upright. You have the Mother of Pentacles, same as Capricorn, and you have the Mother of Swords, the same card that came out for Capricorn upright. Yes, you also had the Mother of Wands. You also had the Mother of Capricorn had the Mother of Wands as well in the reading in reverse, just like you. So, Aquarius, if you have a rising sign in Capricorn, if you have a moon sign in Capricorn, or if you know someone of the archetype that fits a sort of Capricorn nature, you may want to check that video out, as there could be some overlapping, some crossroads here, okay? And I said this to Capricorn last night, there are a lot of characters within this spread here for you, which tells me that this is a situation that involves possibly the opinions of multiple people, the input of multiple people, right? It seems that within this network of whatever decision you're making, or this environment that you're moving out of or moving from, involves quite a number of different characters, so to speak. Possibly. So, I will say this. Your theme card is the Mother of Swords. You are an air sign. The swords represent the air element. This could potentially be you, okay, or this could be someone else in your midst who fits the archetype of someone who's rather direct, sometimes rash, um, kind of cold and calculated, so to speak, in terms of their approach. I mean, look at this Mother of Swords. She means business. Look at the way she's looking straight head on at whoever it is who is engaging in a rapport with her, right? She's very sort of fixed in her viewpoint. There's a certain clarity that she has from which she's not sort of willing to move from that perch, okay? So to speak. That's one sort of expression of that energy. And again, this came up in Capricorn's reading. So this could also potentially be someone, and I'm saying this because I feel that there's a major transformation, there's a release that needs to sort of happen, that a situation that you're trying to remove yourself from and move on from and transform from in a way that really allows you to harness a greater sense of independence, as we absolutely see with this card right here, the Six of Wands, right? Six of Wands. Speaking of the chrysalis, the butterfly that just transforms and rises above this old predicament, this old situation that perhaps was really kept you entangled in some sort of way and uninspired, right, even. So the Mother of Swords, right, and I'm, again, saying this because this card as well is flying straight up into the Mother of Swords, if we're looking at it sort of spatially, right? It's almost like this individual, if it is an individual, is a significant factor that almost resists your ability to fully transform. Not that you're not going to do it, but just that you might face some resistance, perhaps, okay? Now, yep, you have a Father of Wands, you have a Mother of Pentacles, you have a Mother of Wands, you have a Father of Cups. There's a lot of, and the Mother of Swords, right, of course, you have a lot of protective sort of energy around you, of people who are more mature sort of in their stance, in their almost rank, so to speak. I'm not fond of that word, but it might mean something to some of you in some context, right? There is a sense of sort of hierarchy even. Again, don't like that word, but it could speak to the context of a certain situation for some of you in some way. right? And you have a pair, the duo of the Mother of Wands and the Father of Wands. So this could be a couple, okay, a mother and a father, who are rather strong in character, strong-willed, um, passionate in their sort of expression, right? It's an overpowering energy to some degree. Wands being fire, fire being dynamic, being vivacious, right? Being really almost ruthless even when it comes to expressing and pursuing what they individually want to pursue. Okay, it's very much acting from a place that comes from the inside out, right? So there's strong sort of radiating energy that is bracketing your reading from your environment position and your deep past. Okay? But Aquarius, out into the future is this card in the final outcome position, right? So in a way, I'm sensing that you are rising from all of this heavy, overbearing energy in some shape or form, okay? And it's right next to Judgment. Beautiful, right? Like the decision to rise above. I mean, look at this card. It's in reverse. We'll talk about that. But nonetheless, it's appearing in your spread, right? It's an energy that is present in your mind energetically that you are hoping to tap into, right? And it speaks to, it depicts the rising up from a situation that held us down, maybe that restricted us, that constricted, left us somewhat uninspired, right? From stagnant energy, from a feeling of being caged in or boxed in some shape or form, is the release point, is the transformation, is the will to rise above it, right? But it doesn't seem to be easy. It doesn't seem to be easy, Aquarius, because you have a lot of very strong-willed energy around you, okay? Not to say that you cannot do it, right? Anything is possible, and it's all about how we derive our self-will from the inside out to pursue what we really, truly believe is right for us, right? Acting from a place that speaks to our personal authenticity of character and intuition even, right? With what we know is right for us. Now, you have two Pentacles cards sandwiching this Father of Wands. Okay, so Earth energy up top, surrounding your environment in some shape or form, okay? With the Five of Swords in the base and the Four of Wands in the base. So three cards in total in the actual spread itself, not considering the cards that flew out, but in the actual spread itself, three cards that are not a mother, father, son, daughter. Okay. Sort of octave of the elements. But everything else is either one of those higher octaves of energy or a major arcana. So let's get right to it, Aquarius. Let's get right to it, Aquarius. And I'll say this. The Wheel of Fortune came in your recent past position. It's a 10. It speaks to culmination. It speaks to transformation. It speaks to the wheel turning, right? Motion being had, okay? There's progress of some sort happening. Some event possibly took place that set in motion the wheels enabled this change to sort of get rolling and to happen. One that's rather out of everyone's control, so to speak, right? Depending, of course, on what belief system you subscribe to, but the wheel turns when it does, where it does, if it does, right? And what's interesting is that amidst all of this strong, strong energy around you, almost like the input and influence almost of those in your surroundings and your environment, is this just the occurrence of something upon which nobody has control, right? And I'm sensing that it sort of moved in the favor of your transformation, almost like this needs to happen sort of thing, okay? So, okay, let's get right into it. In your deep past, you have the Mother of Wands in reverse. This can speak to an individual who is very protective over her sort of domain, her home, her children, right? She doesn't want to let go almost. She doesn't want to let go of these eggs. She's still protecting them, almost inhibiting, and I don't usually say this with this card, right? Because again, it always depends on the spread and the energy. But in this particular position, I'm sensing that this is an inhibition of allowing her the natural cycle that needs to take place with maybe her children or her whatever she's in sort of control of technically. So it's almost like it's an insisting energy. It's an insistence. And almost in vicious defense. I mean, look at this card, right? Not like vicious, but just she's got the wand, right? And she's coiled about these eggs and she's ready to strike if someone threatens her her sort of space, right? Or what she calls hers, so to speak, in some way, okay? Now, it's in reverse, so it could be the gradual letting go of that sort of, especially with the Wheel of Fortune coming in, in succession after this card. It's almost like she can't really stop this process, right? The birth and the progress that is inevitable to be had with these eggs, right? They're going to hatch. You can't stop the birth, right? You can't stop the butterfly from flying out of the cocoon. Is maybe letting loose a little bit by way of the turning of this wheel. Or it can be the opposite. It can be sort of the closer she feels to losing it, the tighter she holds on, maybe. So that depends, and I'll let you guys decipher that, what speaks to you intuitively, because I feel that it varies. But in your recent past, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Number 10, yet again, right? Almost like everyone is at the mercy of the natural sort of progression of events that nobody really can predict, okay? And not even yourself, perhaps. But I'm sensing it put you in a position where you had sort of a higher ground in some way to make this move that you want to make. And now, going from the Wheel of Fortune, you move into the Mother of Pentacles. This is the energy that you harness that helped lead you to your current state of the Five of Swords in reverse. So let me tune in here. And Aquarius, you got the Five of Swords, I think, in your last reading. Or in your first quarter moon phase reading. Okay? You definitely got that card. So check that video out as it, I'm sensing, pertains to this theme as well. However, you're going from a 5 to a 4. And again, these are the only two, save this Four of Pentacles up top, the only two cards that speak to like faster paced energy, right? Rather than an archetype of a person or a character, right? This is more like the action that we take or our perspective. Okay, Aquarius. I want to get back to this energy here. I feel we need to get into the rest of the spread before we can tackle that card. Okay. In your current state, you have the Five of Swords in reverse. And as mentioned in your other readings here, for January and the first quarter moon, this card, especially in your particular situation, speaks to the need to sort of break through any self-imposed restriction or boundary, right? The fear of saying what we need to say, making the decisions that we need to make, even if it's not a fear of what other people are going to say or think or respond with, but just even your own sort of your own attachment in some shape or form to the situation, right? Sometimes what we want, we can fear, and sometimes what we fear, we can kind of want to, right? They can be one and the same. So this speaks of like more the courage, right? Even the courage and the audacity to make that difficult move, that difficult decision amidst the chaos, right? Not considering or thinking really what other people have to say about the situation, just moving forward with what we truly believe we should do. Okay, now you have it in reverse though. You have it in reverse. However, Aquarius, it's moving straight into this card right here, which speaks to the opening of the mind, the gateway, sort of, the portal, right? That we are to step into, even if it is just mentally, right? Even if it is just figuratively or imaginatively, right? It's simply the opening of the mind, thinking about, once we move from this situation and we break through what we need to break through, we can then enter the more boundless horizon that awaits us, okay? But in order to reach this space, you need to cut through the petty energy, right? The self-imposed fear, the nostalgia, the whatever it is that's holding us back. That's not really holding us back, but just we sort of interpret as resistance, and we then sort of give more presence to, right? It can almost even be like the consideration of other people's opinions about something, right? That we then are like, wait, so what should I do? And then you're thinking about what they're thinking about. And so it's that kind of imposition. It's that kind of hindrance. It's not like, someone physically standing in your way, stopping you from making it. It's just simply the resolute sort of stand that needs to be taken within yourself. First, you need to have clarity within yourself with the decision you want to make, and you have to be absolutely aligned with that, right? absolutely aligned with that, with the sword in your hand, to make the decision that is right for you. Okay, so I think that this is a period of aligning with that decision, aligning with what you do want to do in such a way that speaks to then the vision that you have or want to create for the place that you want to go next. Okay? Okay. And this is a gradual energy, okay? So this is happening gradually. It seems, okay? You're slowly, it's the awakening of the mind. Okay, you're getting used to sort of the situation of thinking from a different perspective. Okay. So in your near future, you have the Father of Cups in reverse. Capricorn got this card as well. I also wanted to say this. Leo got this card. I believe either in the end January or early February reading. Okay, so if that does relate to some of you, then you might want to check that video out. Nonetheless, Father of Cups in reverse in your near future speaks to a person who is almost trying to halt this change that you're making. That's perhaps trying to, again, resist, but in a way that is softer than, per se, the Mother of Swords, right? This Father of Cups maybe does not want to sort of let you go in a way. I'm getting that sort of feeling like, no, don't go. But it's not in a way of like, you're not leaving, right? It's not like this kind of energy. Okay. So it's more of like, I mean, look at this card. A swan, right? Swimming off into the direction, though, of this card. And the Father of Cups has somewhat of a softer nature to him or her, okay? One that is definitely more in touch with his emotions or her emotions, definitely more a sentimentalist type, more compassionate. I mean, from the perspective of being able to see multiple viewpoints, right, better than maybe the Mother of Swords. Just one that is more open-minded, but nonetheless one that is still emotionally attached to. I'm sensing you. I'm sensing you and your your process of this transformation. Like, I'm sensing this energy is not going to stop you. It's not going to stop you, but it's just, it's almost like guilt trip a little bit, right? It's almost like, don't go, right? Please don't go, that sort of thing. Okay. But I'm sensing your mind is open, right? You are getting ready to move on, and all that's needed is to really cut through the red tape, cut through this sort of self-imposed limitation or fear that we have, right? So now, in your hopes and or your fears, you have Judgment in reverse. We spoke about this briefly, and this is a beautiful card, right? Especially amidst all this energy here, and paired in succession with the Six of Wands upright. So I'm sensing that you You may be fearing that you may not have the strength or the inner resolve to officially, once and for all, fly up from this sort of nest, so to speak. Okay? But you want that, right? But you want that, absolutely. And it seems you are going to do that in some shape or form, even if it is a gradual, slow sort of transformation and transition. Okay? Movement is being had. Okay? That's what I'm feeling here in some shape or form. Now, in your environment position, you have the Father of Wands in reverse. But before I get to that, let's move into your energetic pathway that you're moving into. The Four of Pentacles. And we can kind of see it paired with this Six of Wands, right? These two energies. The Six of Wands being the sort of outcome, right? The final outcome that you're moving into. And energetically, right? This card being more of how you're internalizing the process and the situation energetically. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles speaks to the laying of a foundation, strategizing. I think you're thinking really about how to make this move, how to make this transformation happen. You're thinking through the logistics, the practical side of it, okay? Speaking to this Three of Pentacles as well, okay? So, and you could be doing this in sort of silent rumination even, right? As we see with the Seven of Swords. Contemplating different options, but not speaking about them fully, right? First internalizing that process within ourselves before we, before we really bring it forth in the public to the people around us, okay? Now, let's take a look at these two energies up top. The Mother of Pentacles being the energy that you stepped into and you harnessed that helped lead you to your current state of the Five of Swords in reverse, and the Father of Wands in reverse in your environment position. And the Father of Wands is overlaying this Two of Swords that we saw, right, that came out reversed. The sort of period of getting ready to make a decision, of wanting to make a decision, but not quite yet having the clarity that we need to make the official decision. Energetically, we sort of know the direction we want to go and perhaps the decision we want to make, but as in terms of the actual clarity and the strategy, we're still laying that groundwork, it seems, and that foundation. So perhaps this decision you're making has to do with an individual who fits this archetype of the Father of Wands. Someone who's very charismatic, someone who really wields that fire energy, is highly creative, has a lot to say, right, about what they believe and how they would do things and how they want to do things and their vision, right? It's an energy of sort of the I'm getting like an uncle archetype sort of energy from this card, okay? Potentially. But just one that is lively, that is upbeat, that is sort of interesting, fascinating, dynamic, spontaneous, right? One that's passionate. So, but it's in reverse, and it's overlaying this reverse Two of Swords. So perhaps this person's sort of, again, overpowering energy might be, or rather overwhelmingly strong, strongly diffused energy is maybe clouding your ability to make this decision on your own as it pertains to you. So this might be an influential energy, one that is sort of taking a precedence of some sort in terms of your perception. It might be it might be influencing, right, your ability to see the situation clearly. It's almost like the white noise, okay? That's what I'm getting. Now, the Mother of Pentacles here and the energy that you stepped into, right next to this Father of Wands. The Mother of Pentacles is a very nurturing energy, right? Very earthbound, very tied to the sort of home, right? Very much rooted in a sense of security and stability and practicality, right? So it's almost like there are a few options here. Okay, Aquarius. The Mother of Pentacles could be sort of the position, the stance that you're taking that aligns with your sense of duty or responsibility towards someone or something or a situation. Almost like remembering your place, remembering your home, remembering your family, right? It's that sort of even nostalgic energy, okay? Where it's kind of like, I want to break free, right? But I am still bound to my sense of obligation, my sense of um, 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 my sense of duty, right? There might be something to which you feel obligated to um, stick to in some shape or form, maybe. But it seems that there's going to be a shakeup, Aquarius. Okay, there's absolutely going to be change, movement, shakeup if it hasn't yet already happened. This energy here, Mother of Swords, is overlaying this Seven of Cups in reverse and this Ace of Cups in reverse. You are not able to find some sort of clarity of your own, it seems, in terms of how you emotionally want to move forward about something, right? You're trying to maybe sift through your own perspective and perception of a situation, of this transformation, right? To really sort out your inner emotions, to really confront how you truly feel about a situation. Does this truly emotionally satisfy me and fulfill me? And to make the decision that, you know what, I want a new start, right? I want to venture out and rediscover myself, rediscover what will bring me a sense of ultimate emotional satisfaction, right? But this Mother of Swords is a heavy energy on top of these two cards that are more introspective, that are more of a softer emotional nature. Absolutely, right? Water, and air. And very strong air, right? This is fixed clarity and decision, looking at something head on. Water is more rumination, right? It's more somewhat open-minded in some ways, right? In the sense maybe that it's simply about more a contemplative state, right? Rather than a I know what I believe, I know what I know type of thing. And this is sort of how I see it. So there's this stark clarity, which seems is not really your own, right? Because it's, or it could be, this could be sort of a facade that you are taking on in the midst of all of this, perhaps, for some of you. But I'm sensing that this is such an overpowering energy on top of these two cards that really speak to the need, right? The need that's being maybe overshadowed, the need to really discover and come to terms with your emotional truth, okay, and your personal path, right? It's almost like someone's opinion or logic of a situation is stepping over or overshadowing or confusing or not allowing you to really think clearly through your emotions. There's a fog in that way, perhaps, okay? I'm sensing maybe. Okay, there's just, there's a resistance. There's a resistance, okay? Now, yes, Aquarius, because see, we go into the Mother of Pentacles, right? And we're moving down into the Five of Swords. This can be the reluctance, the slow, you know it's needed, you know you need to do this, that you need to break through this emotional sense of guilt maybe, or fear, or you don't want to hurt anyone, you don't want to hurt feelings, that sort of thing, right? And so it could be tied to your sense of obligation or connection to maybe your mother or your or someone in the situation, or you being the mother, your child, right? Something that you feel indebted to, maybe in some shape or form, emotionally, right? Or even in terms of nostalgia, right? Not wanting to leave the womb in some ways, but at the same time wanting to, right? Speaking again of sometimes what we fear, right, is what we want. Sometimes what we want may be what we fear. Okay. So thank you so much for tuning in, Aquarius. I hope this reading was helpful for you. I highly, highly, highly suggest you to check out your ascendant, rising, and moon sign, as those often tend to be even more accurate than your sun. I know that I personally tend to resonate much more with my moon sign, so if you don't know any one of those signs, you can click the link below in the description box that I provide, enter in your details for your birth time and your birthplace. If you don't know your birth time, that may be a little tricky because you need to have the exact minute. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, I will be back on February 10th with a full moon reading. It will sort of speak to the progression of these energies as we reach the highest point of energetic expression by way of the moon's energies. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you guys then. All right, thank you so much, Aquarius, and have a great February. Bye.